Welcome friends, in today's session we are not just going to talk about English, we are going to change the way you actually speak it. We are going to fix something very important, something that most teachers never mentioned. By the time you finish this part, you will be able to look in the mirror and say, yes, now I finally understand how to train my mouth to speak English. So I want you to listen carefully till the end. This may become the biggest turning point in your English journey. Let me ask you a question. How many English videos have you already watched? How many grammar rules have you memorized? How many hours have you silently listened? And yet, when it is your turn to speak, what happens? Your lips stop moving. Your tongue shakes. Your voice disappears. Your mind suddenly goes blank. It's not because you are not smart. It's not because your English is weak. The truth is simple. Your mouth has never been trained. Yes, that's right. Nobody explained this to you before. You are not training your mouth the way English speakers naturally do. You are only reading, watching, and listening, but you are not exercising the muscles that actually produce spoken English. That's why nothing changes. That's why you stay stuck. That's why your confidence falls every time you open your mouth. Let me make this clear. English is not just in your head. It lives in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your breath, and the flow of your sounds. Until you train those parts, you will always feel something missing. But today that ends. Because this program is different. It is not some boring grammar lesson. Not another long list of phrases. Not another teacher saying repeat after me. This is a journey, a practice, a training. We are going to break your fear. We are going to wake up your mouth. We are going to build real spoken English fluency, starting from zero. And here is the good news, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to copy an accent. You don't need expensive courses. All you need is 5 minutes a day, the right practice, and the courage to sound like a beginner so that you can grow into a fluent speaker. This is the program I wish someone had given me years ago. This is the truth your English teacher never shared with you. And this is your chance to stop just learning English and start speaking it like it is your first language. Now let's talk about the hidden truth that nobody told you. Be ready, it may hurt a little, but it will also free you. Here it is. Your mouth does not know how to move like an English speaker. Read that again. It's not your grammar. It's not your vocabulary. It's not your memory. The missing link is your mouth. You have been training your brain but not your speaking muscles. And that's why, whenever you try to speak English, you sound slow, broken, nervous, or unnatural. Because English is a physical language. It has a different rhythm, a different shape, a different sound system. It's not only about what you say, it's about how your mouth produces the words. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you read 100 books about push-ups. You know the form, you know the steps, you can even explain it to others. But if you never actually did a push-up, what will happen when you finally try? You collapse because your muscles are weak. That is exactly what happens with English speaking. You may know the words, but your mouth hasn't been trained to move fast, smooth, and confident. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they are lazy. They are used to your native language. They don't know how to manage the speed, the stress, the flow of English. And when your mouth is untrained, it doesn't matter how many books you read or how many videos you watch, you will still freeze when it is time to speak. That is why so many learners say, I understand everything, but I can't speak. Because they are missing the one thing nobody told them. Speaking is not only mental, it is muscular. In your native language, you repeated every sound thousands of times since childhood. That is why your mouth moves fast and naturally. But in English, you never trained your mouth to say the soft tch, the silent letters, the linked sounds, the rising and falling tones. You skip them. You mumble them. You feel uncomfortable. And that is why your speech sounds broken. That is why your confidence disappears. But here is the beautiful part. You can change this. You can train your mouth. You can build speaking muscles just like you build muscles in the gym. And you don't need hours. You don't need perfection. You don't even need to sound like a native. You just need consistent practice, in the right way, for a few minutes daily. This is where we begin. In this part, I wanted to open your eyes, to show you the truth. The reason you have been stuck is not lack of intelligence, not lack of motivation, it is lack of training. And once you see that, the solution becomes clear. Before we move to the next part, I want you to repeat this truth after me. English is not only in my head. English is also in my mouth. I can train my mouth. I can build fluency. I will not stay silent. Say it out loud, because today is the first step in your change. So now, let's move into the action. You already understand the real reason why speaking feels so difficult. It is not because of your grammar or your brain, it is because your mouth is not trained. The question is, how do we fix this? The answer is simple. We create a small daily training routine, just like going to a gym for your body, but this time for your mouth. Think of it like a workout. You don't need hours. You don't need to study pages of rules. You need a short but focused practice that wakes up your lips, your tongue, and your jaw. Even 5 minutes a day can bring a huge difference if you do it consistently. Let's build this routine step by step. First, start with breathing. Yes, breathing. Most people ignore it, but breath controls your sound and your confidence. Take a deep breath in, then release slowly while saying a long vowel sound, like a. Feel how your mouth opens and your sound flows. This teaches you that English is not about fast mumbling, it is about clear breath and open sound. Next, we train the tongue. Your tongue is the most important muscle for English speaking. Many learners struggle with sounds like th, r, or l. To fix this, you need daily tongue exercises. For example, say th gently, pushing your tongue between your teeth. Then practice rrrrr with your tongue curled. Do this slowly at first, then faster, until your mouth feels comfortable. After that, move to linking. English speakers don't say words one by one, they connect them. Try saying, want to quickly, wanna, or going to, gonna. Practice joining words together. At first, it will feel strange, but soon it will sound natural. This is how your mouth learns to flow like a river instead of jumping like stones. Then comes stress and rhythm. English has music. Some words are strong, some are soft. Say this sentence, I need to go now. Notice how need and now are strong, while to and go are softer. Repeat it. Feel the rise and fall. This rhythm is what makes your speech sound alive instead of robotic. Finally, repeat small sentences every day, but with emotion. Don't just say the words, feel them. If you say, I am happy, then smile and say it with real happiness. If you say, I am tired, lower your voice and slow down. This emotional practice makes your English real, not mechanical. Do this full routine, breathing, tongue drills, linking, rhythm, and emotion, for just 5 minutes daily. In 1 week, you will already notice a change. In 1 month, people around you will hear the difference. And in a few months, you will speak English with confidence that surprises even yourself. Remember, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is progress. Every time you practice, your mouth gets stronger, your fear gets smaller, and your voice grows louder. This is the path to fluency, and it starts with simple, daily training. When you keep practicing every day, your mouth begins to change. The movements that once felt difficult start to feel natural. The sounds that seemed impossible slowly become part of your voice. This is how fluency is built, not in one big step, but in many small daily steps that add up. But there is something even more important to understand. English is not spoken word by word. Native speakers do not stop after each word. They connect their words together, almost like music. This is what gives English its natural flow and rhythm. For example, learners often say, I am going to the market, with pauses after every word. It sounds slow and broken. But fluent speakers connect it, I'm going to the market. The words flow together in one breath. That's why it sounds natural and confident. This technique is called sound linking. Instead of speaking like a robot, you speak in small groups of words, almost like clusters. Think of it like singing a short tune. Words blend, syllables join, and your voice moves smoothly. Try it now. Say, "What are you doing?" Most learners pronounce every word separately. But fluent speakers say it faster, almost as one word. What cha doing? Say it 5 times without stopping. You'll notice how your mouth starts to relax and your speech flows more easily. Another example, instead of saying, "Did you eat?" slowly, native speakers say, "Did ya eat?" It's shorter, quicker, smoother. This is the secret to sounding fluent, even if your grammar is not always perfect. Because fluency is not about knowing big words, it's about speaking small words smoothly. To practice this, choose 3 short clusters every day. For example, let me know. Going to go now. Want to see it. Say them again and again like a song. Repeat them with rhythm, like music. After a few days, your mouth will start to remember the flow, and you won't need to think, it will just happen naturally. Recording yourself is also powerful. Take your phone, say 3 clusters into it, then listen back. At first you may feel strange, but soon you'll hear your progress. You'll notice how your speed and smoothness improve. After 1 week, your own recordings will surprise you. You can even make this practice more fun by using background music. Play a soft beat and say your clusters in rhythm with the song. It trains your breath, your timing, and your natural speaking style. Remember, English is not only a language of grammar, it is a language of sound, rhythm, and flow. So from today, don't just practice words. Practice flow. Don't think only, "What should I say?" Think, "How should I say it?" When you train your voice to move smoothly, you stop sounding like a learner and start sounding like a real speaker. When you practice flow daily, your mouth starts to follow naturally. But there is another layer we need to work on, your mind. Because your mouth cannot speak confidently if your brain is filled with fear and doubt. Most learners only train the outside, the lips, the tongue, the sounds. But inside, they are overthinking, what if I make a mistake? What if they laugh? What if I sound strange? And that is why the voice becomes weak. Think of it like flying a plane. The airplane may have a strong engine, but if the pilot is nervous, the flight will not be smooth. In the same way, if your brain is worried, your mouth cannot speak freely. So we need to train both, your thoughts and your voice, together. The first step is to speak with emotion, not only with accuracy. Many learners try to be correct all the time. They focus on grammar rules while speaking, and as a result, they sound robotic. But people don't remember your grammar, they remember your energy. If you say, "I'm happy to be here," with no feeling, it is forgettable. But if you say the same line with a real smile, with energy, people feel your words. Another technique is to practice like an actor, not like a student. Imagine you are playing a role in a movie. Take a simple sentence such as, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." Now say it 3 times, once with excitement, once with anger, once with nervousness. Notice how your tone, your speed, and your body change. This exercise removes fear and gives you confidence to use your full voice. Your brain also loves shortcuts. The problem is, many learners always translate from their native language before speaking. That makes them slow and nervous. Instead, connect English phrases directly to meaning, emotion, and images. For example, when you hear, "I'm starving," don't translate it word by word, just feel, "I'm very hungry." With practice, your brain reacts instantly without translation, and fluency becomes faster. Use your whole body when you speak. Stand tall, move your hands, use expressions. When your body is active, your brain remembers better, and your voice becomes stronger. Speaking is not just about the mouth, it is about presence. Here is a daily brain and mouth practice you can try in just 5 minutes. 1 minute. Say 3 sentences with full emotion, happy, angry, excited. 1 minute. Act them out like a movie scene. 1 minute. Repeat them while walking and moving your body. 1 minute. Look in the mirror, speak them with power. 1 minute. Record and listen, checking not for mistakes, but for energy. Do this, and your mind will stop being your enemy. It will become your partner. You won't just repeat English, you will feel it, own it, and express it with confidence. Because fluency is not only about language. It is about courage, identity, and freedom of expression. And now, my friends, we arrive at the most important stage of this journey. By now, you know the truth. Your mouth needs training. You know the exercises. Short, daily, powerful. You know the mindset. Not perfection but progress. What you need now is one more thing. Commitment. Because everything I have shared with you will only work if you stay consistent. Not one day, not 1 week, not until you feel lazy, but until it becomes your habit. Think about this carefully. You brush your teeth every morning, not because you enjoy it, but because it is necessary. The same rule applies to mouth training. You must do it every single day, without excuses, until your mouth becomes fluent in English the same way it is fluent in your first language. So I want you to set a promise with yourself. Not with me, not with your teacher, not with your friends. A promise between you and you. The promise that you will not skip your 5 minutes, no matter what. Because 5 minutes is nothing. But 5 minutes every day is everything. It builds the foundation, it builds the flow, it builds the voice that will carry you into confidence. Let me remind you, you don't need to chase hundreds of grammar rules. You don't need to memorize big vocabulary lists. You don't need to copy a foreign accent. All you need is a strong, trained mouth, and the rest will follow naturally. Because once your mouth is strong, your brain will relax. Once your mouth is trained, your words will flow. Once your mouth is confident, your heart will open, and your English will shine. Now let me give you the final routine to lock this journey forever. Every day. 1. Start with deep breathing. Fill your lungs, relax your body, let your voice come out strong. 2. Warm up your lips and tongue with the th, r, and l sounds. Stretch them, move them, wake them up. 3. Practice one short sentence 10 times fast. Focus on smoothness, not perfection. 4. Record yourself, listen, and adjust. Make your mouth your teacher. 5. End with 1 minute of free speaking. Say anything, don't stop, just keep your mouth moving. If you follow these 5 steps every day, you will be unstoppable. Your English will no longer be stuck inside your head. It will come out clear, powerful, and natural. And the fear, the freezing, the shaking, it will all disappear, because your mouth will know exactly what to do. And I want you to remember one last truth. Nobody is born fluent. Everyone trains. Even native speakers trained as children. They repeated sounds, they copied voices, they practiced every day. You are simply doing it now, as an adult. And that is perfectly fine. It is never too late. You are not too old. You are not too weak. You are ready. So today, as you close this program, I want you to look at yourself and declare, I am not afraid of English anymore. My mouth is my power. I can train it, I can use it, I can speak it. I am becoming fluent. Say it, believe it, and practice it. Because from this moment, English is no longer a dream. It is your reality. Your journey does not end here. It begins here. Every word you speak from now on will be one step closer to mastery. Every mistake will be one step closer to fluency. Every day of practice will be one step closer to freedom. So go out there. Train your mouth. Speak without fear. And let the world hear the English voice that was always inside you. This is your victory. This is your new beginning. This is your fluent future. Congratulations, my friend. You are ready.